in, tune in, tune in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are on here. We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wanted to talk with you all this morning. Come on in here. I'm going to give you a few seconds to get on in here. I want to talk to you this morning about something that is necessary. Something that is necessary. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. A few more seconds. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing? How are you all doing this morning? It is a great morning. Sun is out, shining bright. It's a great morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, what I want to talk to you about is this that we talked about yesterday, developing this no matter what attitude, talking about guarding the focus, making sure that uh, we don't leave our focus unguarded, because that unguarded focus leaves room for the enemy to use all kind of things to kind of distract us and get us off course. So we got to remain faithful to what we are called to, what we're trying to get done, so that we can see the results that we're after. And that requires us having a focus and guarding that focus. Today I want to talk to you about two things. First thing is this: watch what you say and don't be thrown off guard by what you see. Watch what you say and don't be thrown off guard by what you see. If you're going after something, you're trying to get somewhere, it is important to watch what you say. Ultimately, you get what you say with your mouth. Come here, Calvin. Let me go, buddy.
How are you?
Have a good day.
Okay.
You gotta watch what you say. Ultimately, you're gonna get what you say with your mouth. I know the situation is speaking. I know other people are speaking, but what are you saying? I talked about this earlier last month. Um, Watch what you say. It is important to watch what you say, and the reason why you need to watch what you say is because your words have power. Your words have power. Um, that's why it's important to watch what you say. It's okay if other people say things about your situation, say things about your goals, say things about where you're headed, and things of that sort. It's okay that they do that, but you need to watch what you say, because you're going to get what you say. Don't be thrown off guard by what you see either, because in the race, when you're going after what you're going after, you're going to have opposition. You're going to have times where what you see doesn't line up with what you have said. You're going to have times where what you see doesn't line up with what you're trying to, the direction you're trying to go. And that has the ability to sometimes get us off focus and get us frustrated and get us stagnated. But you cannot be thrown off guard by what you see, because the ultimate goal is to get where you're going. So if you're getting where you're going, you're going to pass through some areas that you don't want to be, right? You're going to go through some situations that you don't want to go through. But it's up to you to not be thrown off by those situations, because the enemy wants you to look at what you currently see and make that the determining factor of where you are and where you're going. But that's not where you're going. That's just what you see on the way to where you're going. And if you're thrown off guard by what you're seeing on the way to where you're going, you'll get off. You'll turn off on the wrong road. You'll turn off on the wrong exit and you'll find yourself in a place you don't even want to be. I'm reminded of a scripture, and this is a scripture in 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. For the things that are seen are what? Temporal. But the things which are not seen are eternal. While we look not at the things which are seen. If you're going to focus on where you're trying to get to, you cannot be thrown off by what you see. Because that you're not even supposed to look at that. Quit looking at what you see. That does not determine where you go. That does not determine who you are. That's just what the surroundings look like right now. That's just what they look like right now. But if you're paying attention to that, you'll get thrown off, because even me, when I was doing the weight loss journey and trying to get the weight off, if I paid attention to the weight, the scale when I first started, I would have gotten discouraged. And I got a long way to go still. So I definitely couldn't be thrown off by what the weight the scale says now. But if I would have looked at what the scale said when I first started, I would have gotten off. It ain't working. 2 weeks in, I think about my third week, I gained. I didn't even lose. But if I would have been thrown off by that, I would have stopped. I wouldn't be 100 pounds down. I would have stopped right there where I was. But I had to keep going. I started off in the backyard. I wasn't waiting on going to no gym. I felt like that was too far out. I feel like, it was going to take a bigger commitment to make sure I get up every morning and go to this gym. But I got a backyard. So I started off in my backyard. And I put my music on. First, I wasn't walking with no music, but then I started putting my music on. Before you know it, I had a trail in my backyard along the fence. I had a trail. When people walk on the area so long, the grass starts to die in it. I had a trail in the backyard because I was determined to not let my current situation, what I currently looked like, what I currently seen, to determine where I was going. Because we're not looking at what we see. We're not looking at we're looking at what we can't see. What can you not see? Can you see any words when they come out your mouth? Can you see any words when they come out your mouth? You can't see these words, but these words are eternal. Have you ever had somebody say something to you and it stuck? It stuck with you. They had long gone, the situation had long passed, but the words stuck with you. That's why you can't look at what you see, but you got to look at what you can't see. Your words, you got to use those words and watch what you say, because what you say is what you're going to get. And that's why you got to be determined to keep going. You got to be determined to keep going after it, because you're saying those things. I'm not looking at what I see. I'm not moved by what I see. What I see is only the result of what I used to do. But since I've changed my behavior, since I've changed my patterns, since I've changed my habits, I now can look forward to seeing something different. But I'm not going to stop until I see it. And then I'm not going to stop then. But I'm going to keep pressing. I'm going to keep going, because I know I'm going to get what I say with my mouth. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. What does that mean? If I'm going to get something, it's going to be a result of what I said with my mouth. Because what you say with your mouth is what you're going to begin to do. That's what you're going to begin to do. That's what you're going to begin to do. So if I'm going to begin to do it, I got to say the positive things. I can't say that I don't have. I can't say that I'm without. I can't say that. The situation is already speaking that. Right? The situation is already speaking doubt, unbelief. It's already speaking failure. It's already speaking negativity. Right? So you got to combat with that situation, what the current thing is saying to you, by saying something else. Watch what you say. What are you saying about it? What are you saying about it? It's time to say something different about it. That's why it's important to have affirmations and morning affirmations and confessions. Why? Because you're going to be a product of what you say and hear on a continuous basis. If you hear it on a continuous basis, you're going to become a product of that. It's called repetitious information. It does not mean that your potential is what has been said. It does not mean that the degree of your abilities is what's been said. But because you have heard it on a consistent basis, it becomes a part of who you are. So what are you saying? What are you saying about you on a consistent basis? What are you developing in you on a consistent basis that would have you to transform your life and not be in the same position that you were? What are you saying? And then what are you focused on? Because you cannot be thrown off by what you see. Because all it takes is for one situation to present itself that doesn't look like what you've been doing or what you've been going after, and then you'll retreat. You'll retreat back. Don't retreat back. Don't retreat back because you don't have any time to be going backwards. If you're trying to go forward, you don't have no time to be going backwards. And what's back there? What's back there anyway? What is back there that would have you to go back? What was so good about back there that would have you to turn around and go backwards? I don't think I need to even tell you. Because the mere fact that you want to go ahead is already it's significant. I mean, it's already signified that that's not worthy of your returning. That's not worthy of you going backwards, huh? So that's why you can't. That's why you can't be moved by that. You can't afford to be moved by that. Keep moving forward. Keep going forward. I know you don't see the goal yet. I know you don't see the vision coming past yet. I know the reality of your dreams have not settled in yet. But you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep striving for it. You ain't gonna get there if you stop. That's one thing we can be sure of. If you stop, you still ain't gonna get there. You still ain't gonna get there. And what it is we are so content. This is what it is. We're so content on the final result. We're so content on the product that we have mismanaged the process. You know, they got a saying now, trust the process. Trust the process. The reason is because if you are so mindful, yes, you have that in your view. Yes, you have the end goal in your view. But if you're so mindful of the end result that you are getting weary because you don't see it, it will throw you off. That's why you got to fall in love with the process. I was listening to Mike Tyson one time and he was talking about he was in love with the training when other people regretted having to get up early and stay up late, and other people regretted having to be in the gym, and it was he took pride and joy in the gym. He took pride and joy in the process. Why? Because he knew the process would guarantee the result. That's why you gotta trust the process. That's why you can't be thrown off by everything else, because the process is going to get you the result that you want. And if that's going to get you the result you want, you can take joy. You can feel good about going to the gym now. Because I know every day I get closer to the gym, it's one day closer to the body that I want to see. Every day I take a walk, it's one day closer. It's one walk closer to the results I want to see. It's one day closer. That's why I got to continue after it. That's why I got to go forward. Because every time I continue in it, I'm getting that much closer. And I'm developing in my own spirit that kind of hunger, that kind of thirst that needs to be quenched every time by going forward. And so I create a new norm. Like I said yesterday, I create a new norm. I create a new norm. The new norm is that I'm not stagnant. The new norm is that I don't stay in the same position. But the new norm is that I'm in love with my process. I was looking at my cousin, and she was on Facebook. I didn't have an opportunity to comment on it, but she was talking about, everybody else is looking at this, but she's looking at her heart and where she is in the position of her heart. And she said she felt she's falling in love with her and the process that she's on and developing. You got to fall in love with your process, because your process is going to get you the results that you want. If your process is feeling like it's daunting, it's so much of a big task, you're not going to continue in it. But when you fall in love with the fact that you got to sweat this thing out, you got to spend some sleepless nights, you got to go without to support. When you fall in love with that, that is going to give you everything that you have need of. But if you stop, tell somebody, don't stop. Tell yourself, don't stop. When you get up from this video, or you go into the mirror, you tell yourself, I can't stop. Tell yourself that on the other side of this, turmoil, on the other side of this trial, on the other side of this tribulation is success. On the other side of this process, me continuing in this process, it's the results I've been wanting. On the other side, though. So I can't get comfortable on this side when I got so much more on the other side. I can't get settled on this side when I really want to be on the other side. It's gonna take me getting up. You gotta understand. First, it's going to take me getting up. I gotta get up, because there's no way for me to be there and here at the same time. So first thing is, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up out of this situation. Pick your own stuff up. Quit waiting on somebody to pat you on the back. Quit waiting on somebody to support you. Quit waiting on somebody to get behind you. You're not gonna always have the support. And if you're going after the support, when the support stops, you're gonna stop. So you can't even be worried about the support. Support yourself. David said, I encourage myself in the Lord. You got to encourage yourself. You got to look in the mirror and talk to yourself. What are you saying? I know they told you can't talk to yourself, but you need to talk to yourself. You need to motivate yourself in the morning. You need to encourage yourself. You got this. I don't care what it look like. You got this. You got enough strength. You got enough attitude. You got enough fortitude. You're going to get there. You're going to progress. You're going to make it. Today you will be successful. You will be productive. You got to talk to your own self. Get your own self in check. I know you ain't going to feel like it every time. I know it ain't going to seem like it's supposed to be done every time, but you got to stay focused. Get up. Get yourself up. Get to moving. After you get moving, continue in what you have said. But you got to say something. While we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. For the things that are seen are temporal. Temporal means they're subject to change and will change. They have the ability to change. But it's up to you. You got to do the changing in your situation. You got to do the changing in your situation. It's not going to happen just because you want it. Like I said yesterday, wants don't fuel dreams. Progress does. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want the next? How bad do you want that new life? How bad do you want that new situation? How bad do you want that business? How bad do you want to be successful? How bad do you want that weight off? How bad do you want it? To the degree that you want it. Good morning, Toronto. To the degree that you want it, that's when you're going to see the success. To that same degree. That effort that you put in is going to be the determining factor on what you begin to see. I want to see you make it. I want to see you get there. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you see yourself at a better position. See yourself in that better situation. See yourself in that mirror and say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. If nobody else is proud of you, I'm proud of you. When I talk to myself in the mirror all the time. Why? Because it's necessary. One, because this flesh, it ain't going to want to do what I wanted to do. Not all the time. It's not going to want to go. It ain't going to want to pray when I need to pray. It ain't going to want to study when I need to study. It ain't going to want to walk when I needed to walk. So I got to tell it. I got to command it. You got to get up. Because this is set up to be complacent. It's set up to be comfortable. But my mind says I need something else. My heart says I need something else. And I'm not stopping until I get it. So I got to talk to this. Talk to this person. This flesh. Hey, you got to get up. I don't care what it looks like. It's only temporal. We ain't moved by what we're not moved by what we see, only by what we believe. And it's convictional belief that means I got action behind what I believe. Huh? You got to talk to yourself. You got to say that. You want that business? I see my brother just joined on here. What's up, Armand? You want that business? You go after it. Put all the chips in the basket. I know they tell you don't put all your chips in one basket. Put all your chips in the basket. You got enough fortitude to put all your chips in the basket. You got enough in you to put all your chips in the basket. Why? Because you ain't gonna give up on yourself. You ain't gonna give up on yourself on this one. You're gonna see the results. You're gonna see the end product. And when you get there, the fulfillment of when you get there, it's gonna fuel you to go after something next. It's gonna fuel you to go after your next. Don't be thrown off by what you see. What you see is temporary, subject to change and will change, but it's dependent on you. Subject to change and will change, but it's dependent on you. What are you saying about your situation? While we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. What is not seen? You can't see your words. That's why they're so important. And it's important that you understand that, because the enemy wants to keep your words boxed in, keep you talking negative, keep you around negative people, keep you around people that are stagnant, keep your language the same language you've been having. It's not conducive for where you're going. You got to change your language. Watch what you say. Change your language. Quit being around people that are negative. I know they're your family. I know that, but that's not helping you. It's not conducive for your growth. It's not conducive for your business. It's not conducive for your dreams. It's not conducive for any of that. So quit fooling yourself that you can continue to be around these environments, continue to be around these people, and think you're going to succeed, think you're going to go. Watch what you say. You're going to get what you say. That's why you got to begin to say some stuff. What are you saying every morning as it pertains to your goals? What are you saying every morning as it pertains to your spiritual journey? What are you saying? While we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. For the things that are seen are temporal, subject to change, will change. Don't be thrown off by what you see. Don't be thrown off. It's temporal, subject to change, will change. What's up, bro? But you got to make sure that you watch what you say so you can get the results you want to get. I hope this blessed you. I hope it empowered you, motivated you. That is the purpose. Motivated mornings. That's the purpose for this. So I hope it done its job today. If it has, do me a favor. If you can, like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share. It changes the algorithm on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. It gets the video in front of different people that need to see it. Somebody needs to hear it and need to watch what they say. They can't be thrown off by what you see, because what you see is only the product of what you've been doing. But since you change your habits, since you change what you're doing now, you're going to begin to see something different. So don't be thrown off by what you see right now. Don't be thrown off by that. Keep going. Get yourself up. Knock some things off that list. Get some stuff done. It's yourself. It's yourself that is holding you back. Now nobody else. Can't blame nobody else. Can't put the ball in nobody else's hands. It's in your hands. Do yourself a favor. I used to say this all the time. Do yourself a favor. Reward yourself and go up. Do yourself a favor. Reward yourself. Go up. Quit sitting where you are. Quit being stagnant. But watch what you say. Don't be thrown off by what you see, because what you see is only temporary. It's subject to change and will change depending on you. All right, I hope it bless you. Share with somebody else. Tag a friend. Let somebody else be blessed by this message. Y'all have the most amazing day. Be productive. Get some stuff done. And do yourself a favor. Reward yourself. Go up.